Hey guys, what's up? It's Cheerios here today, and we're gonna be playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I hope you guys enjoyed the content from my last video, and today I'm gonna be explaining some more tips and tricks for starters so you guys can get into the game more easier, I guess I could say, and just to help you guys out more. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about today and explain are the daily announcements. You will start to see these on the second or third day once you start playing. They'll be daily, once a day, every time you log in. It'll be the first thing you see on your screen. Tom Nook will be presenting the announcements. The announcements could be anything from an event that's coming up, such as tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so there will be an event about that. There could be an event about Christmas or Halloween. There was an event about Halloween this past month. It could also be something about the season changing. Right now in the northern hemisphere, it's fall, there are maple leaves falling, there are pine cones falling out of trees and acorns falling out of trees. He might give you a DIY or something like that. He could also be talking about upcoming bug or fish tournaments, which you can participate in. So he's kind of just there just to talk to you about the important things that's changing on your island or things that are upcoming on your island. So my last video, I ended off the video by saying you needed to have 5,000 Nook Miles to pay off the debt for your home, which I did, and now as you can see, I have a new house and everything. So when a villager comes to you and says, yo, your name, you can go talk to them and see what they want. And when you talk to them, you press A, you can go next to them and press A, and then they will either give you something or just talk to you about something. So that's always something you want to do. If they call out your name or they come running towards you, just walk up to them, click A, and see what they want or what they want to talk about with that. The next thing I kind of want to talk about is upgrading your house, the storage in your house, what you can store, and moving things around. So I'm just going to go into the house and show you some stuff. So as you can see, my house has already been built. I have moved some stuff around and added some other things. To move things around, you just want to hold A and move your left Joy-Con down, to the left, to the right to switch the rotation, or just move it up and down to push it down or up. Next, we can talk about the storage. You can click the right arrow and see what you have in storage. So on the bottom left, as you can see, I have 80 spaces for storage. I can stick anything in my storage, whether it's materials such as stone, iron nuggets, or clay. It could be a mushroom, weeds, or any item. It can separate into houseware, miscellaneouses, wallpaper, floors, rugs, fashion items, or creatures, or other. So there are lots of things you can put into your storage in your house. It can be very helpful because when you have pockets, as you can see, I only have 20 spaces. It can fill up very fast. And so what I can do is I can go into my house, click on it, and either drop the item or put it in storage for safekeeping, which I'm going to do. And so as you could see in my house, I only had one room. Later on, you will be able to upgrade your house to have 2 rooms or 3 rooms. You can upgrade it to have a basement and a top floor, but that will cost a lot of money. So I would recommend you guys focusing on saving your bells and not spending them too often, because you will need to upgrade your houses later on in the game. It's not too hard to get all the bells you need, but I'm just letting you guys know. So once you guys have finished paying off the debt for your house by giving Tom Nook 5,000 Nook Miles, you can start giving him bugs and fish. And once you have given him enough, as I talked about in my last video, he will call his good old friend Blathers, who is an owl, and you can start giving Blathers more and more different species and types of bugs and fishes and fossils. Once you have given Blathers enough insects and fish and fossils, you can start to build a museum for him. As you can see here on my screen, I need 5 more, whether it's bugs, fish, or fossils that I have not dug up or caught yet. I still need to give it to him in order to build a museum. Now, you want to do this as fast as you can so you can get the museum up and running, so it will be easier to donate the stuff you have, and you can look at everything you've donated, whether it's, bugs or fish or fossils. You can look at everything there. You'll want to talk to Timmy in the resident service. He will talk about building a shop. You say, sure, I can help you build a shop. So he will want 30 of every wood. So he will want dark wood, regular wood, and light wood, and he also wants iron nuggets. So once you build the shop, it'll be even bigger, and it'll have Tommy and Timmy in there. You can buy stuff, sell stuff. This is where you can get the ladder DOI, and you need the ladder DOI so you can climb up to the 2nd and 3rd levels. So I recommend focusing on building the shop first, then getting the museum done, and then going on from there and trying to save up bells. So if you go to the resident service hall and you talk to Timmy and say, hey, what's for sale? You can see what he has for sale today for the furniture, but if you click on the right bumper, you can see everything else you can buy, whether it's tools or a swimsuit, which you could use later to dive for sea creatures. There are other DOIs, DOI for beginners. There's a flimsy axe recipe. There is a flimsy watering can recipe if you don't have that yet. And there's also the slingshot recipe. The slingshot recipe you need is only to shoot down balloons. And you want to shoot down the balloons because they may have other DIY recipes or other cool items. So I really recommend getting the slingshot recipe and building a slingshot. The good thing about this slingshot is that it's very durable and so that it doesn't break very easily. And with the vaulting pole and ladder, they never break. So you can use the vaulting pole and ladder however much you want and it will never break. So the next thing I kind of want to talk about is the Nook Miles Plus program and the Nook Miles program in the terminal and the residence service. So once you pay off the 5,000 Nook Miles debt to Tom Nook, you will be given the option to have Nook Miles Plus, which is an easy way to get Nook Miles just by completing short mini tasks. Every day when you first look at the Nook Miles Plus, you can see that there's an additional ×2, but once you complete those later on in the day, you'll get new things to do, but there won't be a ×2 just because that's the daily thing. But there will be other things to do, but you just won't get as many Nook Miles Plus. The next thing I want to talk about is the Nook Miles program or service in the terminal in the resident service. So you can buy or you can trade in your Nook Miles for a lot of things. For example, I bought a tool belt. It helps me access tools easier rather than just going into my inventory and having to click each one and say, do I want to hold it? Instead, I can just click top bumper, go to whichever tool I want, whether it's the slingshot, flimsy axe, vaulting pole, anything like that, just by clicking A and switching. So as you can see here, here's a maple leaf. There's a maple leaf floating around because in this northern hemisphere, the season is fall. Here, I just caught a maple leaf just because the season in the northern hemisphere is fall and there are maple leaves flying all over the place. You can get or catch a lot of maple leaves to build a lot of maple leaves based DIYs. You just run up to the maple leaves flying around with your net, click A, and you'll be able to catch them very easily. So right now I just bought the extra sturdy tool guide in the terminal for the Nook Miles. I traded them in, and I got the option, or I was able to upgrade my DIY so that it's more sturdier. So I have instead of a flimsy axe, I can build into a regular stone axe, and instead of a flimsy net, I can build into a regular net. Same thing for the flimsy fishing rod, I can do it into a regular fishing rod. Same for the flimsy shovel, I can build into the regular shovel. I really recommend getting the option to trade in your Nook Miles for those super sturdy tools, just because your tools won't break as often, you won't have to gather as much materials if you don't want to, and it won't be such a nuance trying to keep building more tools if they keep breaking. So it just doesn't take as much time, and it's easier when you have sturdier tools. So right now, Timmy needs 30 dark wood, regular wood, and light wood, and 30 iron nuggets for me to build his shop, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. So there are these like little leaf green icons that can come out when you shake a tree. You can get 2 of these once a day. So you can just go up to a tree and shake it, and sometimes a tree branch will fall out, but sometimes a green small little leaf icon, as you can see, will fall out, and it's a piece of furniture or just any furniture that can fall out. And so I recommend going to all your trees and shaking them with your net out, because sometimes wasps will fall out of the trees and you want to be ready to catch those. So I recommend having a net by your side, but checking the trees every single day, because sometimes coins will fall out of the trees too. So it's just a good daily thing to do when you're doing the daily tasks on your island. So as you guys can see, I have this person on my island. Like, who is this? Her name is Sahara. And so every day you log into Animal Crossing, there will be a new person on your island. This person is Sahara, and she sells rugs, wallpaper, and flooring. There will be a person who will buy your fish, a person who will buy your bugs, a person who sells paintings. There'll be all sorts and different types of people, so you always want to explore all over your island every single day just to see who you have on your island. They're just cool people who can help you out. So yeah. So for the past like 30 minutes, I've been playing and trying to get wood, hardwood, regular wood, light wood, and iron nuggets to build the shop. I found all 30 different types of wood, but I only have 13 iron nuggets. I'm hitting all my rocks. I don't have enough, so I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow to get all the iron nuggets, because you can only hit a rock, I believe, 8 times once a day for each different rock, and I did that. And there are some more rocks on the 2nd and 3rd level, but I can't reach that yet because I don't have the ladder, so I'm just gonna have to wait till tomorrow so I can build my shop. What I can do though is I can build a museum, because I do have enough insects, bugs, and fossils to donate to Blathers, so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll show you guys what the museum looks like. So once you have given all 15 bugs, fish, fossils, or sea creatures, 15 altogether, to Blathers, he will say that construction will start tomorrow. So you can't donate or assess fossils from him tomorrow because he's going to be constructing. But a couple days, or I think a day after that, his museum will be ready to, I guess, see, and you can see what it looks like. You can go inside, and then he can assess fossils, and he can donate bugs and fish. You'll just have to wait a couple days for the building to finish. Alright, that's the end for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, and I hope I helped you guys a lot. If you did, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.